Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe, forward into battle, see his banners go. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Oh, for a faith that will not shrink, though pressed by every foe, that will not tremble on the brink of any earthly woe, that will not murmur or complain beneath a chastening rod, but in the hour of grief or pain will lean upon its God. A faith that shines more bright and clear when tempest rage without, that when in danger knows no fear, in darkness feels no doubt. Lord, give us such a faith as this, and then whatever may come, we'll taste and hear the hallowed bliss of an eternal home. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never-dying soul to save, and fitted for the sky, to serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh, may it all my powers engage to do my Master's will. Arm me with jealous care, as in thy sight to live, and O thy servant, Lord, prepare a strict account to give. Help me to watch and pray, and on thyself rely. Assured if I my trust betray, I shall forever die. Rise up, O men of God, have done with lesser things. Give heart and mind and soul and strength to serve the King of Kings. Rise up, O men of God, his kingdom tarries long. Bring in the day of brotherhood and end the night of wrong. Rise up, O men of God, the church for you doth wait. Her strength unequal to her task, rise up and make her great. Lift high the cross of Christ, tread where his feet have trod, as us, brothers of the Son of Man, rise up, O men of God.
Good evening. Let's edify one another this evening, shall we? It's been a beautiful day, beautiful few days, rather cool today compared to yesterday. Yesterday we had 90s, today we had 50s. Anyhow, we had finished, the last time we went through, we'd finished our Tabernacle Hymns number 4. And so now we got to figure out something else to do. So, I guess, song requests. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and start through Praise for the Lord from page 1, going all the way through. Each day I'll do a golden deed by helping those who are in need. My life on earth is but a span, and so I'll do the best I can. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. To be a child of God each day, my light must shine along the way. I'll sing his praise while ages roll, and strive to help some troubled soul. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. The only life that will endure is one that's kind and good and pure. And so for God I'll take my stand. Each day I'll lend a helping hand. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. I'll help someone in time of need and journey on with rapid speed. I'll help the sick and poor and weak, and words of kindness to them speak. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun, while going down life's weary road. I'll try to lift some traveler's load. I'll try to turn the night to day, make flowers bloom along the way. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done, where there will be no setting sun. Good evening, Ruby. Good evening, Sheila. How y'all doing? Really? Yes, haircut. Like I said, yesterday it was 50 degrees out, and so after stream, O'Shea came to me and asked me to cut his hair, so I cut my hair. And then I cut O'Shea or Ezra's hair too. So yes. It's that time of the year. I don't typically cut my hair, but maybe 2, possibly 3 times a year. Because, well, my hair's gotten to the point where it slows down. It's slowed down growing. So eventually I'll probably lose the top. But anyway. No, I cut O'Shea's. So I've been cutting O'Shea's. Let's see. I think his first haircut was done. Maybe first couple of haircuts were done with an actual barber. And then there was. We did cut it with a barber down. Had a barber cut it down here. We had an old time barber in town that we used to frequent. Couple of times, but it's like, okay, this is too expensive, and I'm not going to repeat it for every single one of my boys. So I went to cutting it. It was just as easy. It's easy to give them a cut like mine. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg either. I have gotten a little bit better. I do a little bit of styling, not a whole lot, but when Amos turned 18, he decided that he didn't like the cuts that I'd been given so much, so he asked that his remain a little bit longer on top. Okay, a lot longer on top, probably because his girlfriend likes to braid his. So there you go. I know haircuts are definitely getting ridiculous, and I don't typically go to beauty salons, to the hair salons, because beautician schools do not teach how the proper way to cut men's hair. There's a definite difference between the way men's hair lays and the way women's hair lay, and this is according to old time barbers who were trained and know the way. And for example, with ladies, you cut and you layer. So you cut from beneath and you layer. Men's, you don't do that. you cut from the top. And so most beauticians do not know that. And so when you go in and you go for a hair salon, you got a woman, they're gonna apply what they know, which I don't fault them for, because that's the way they've been taught. And unfortunately, they've been taught to cut women's hair. And a lot of men in beauty salons have been taught to cut women's hair. You want to cut men's hair, go to a barber. Go to an actual barber school, not to a beautician, not to a beauty school. And so I don't like the way that they cut my hair. So I stopped going there. And you know what? I've taught Amy how to cut my hair. I've taught O'Shea how to cut my hair, Ezra how to cut my hair, and even now Alicia actually did my hair this time. So this is Alicia's. And I might have a little bit goofiness here at the very back, but on the whole, I'm really tickled with the way she did it. So for a first-time cut for her, I think she did an excellent job. I don't know how, I had Ezra kind of guide her along the very back when she was using the bare blade of the clippers. And other than that, like I said, I taught her how to do the top of the rest of the hair, and I think she did a really good job. So eventually it'll be Shua's turn, and that I kind of dread. She's sitting right here. Boop. Could have had a V8. Instead, you're only running on 4 cylinders. Number 2 is a beautiful prayer. We're singing from the Prayers for the Lord. If you do have a song request, go ahead. Let me know. I did actually shave down my sideburns a bit so that the wind would stop blowing it in my face. So that actually helped quite a bit. But if you do have a song request, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to keep on track with this. We're going to go ahead and sing through this, unless someone has a better idea. Song number 2, A Beautiful Prayer, written by Luther G. Presley and composed by the same. In the Bible, we read of a beautiful prayer, a prayer sent to heaven above. It was prayed by a heart that was laden with care and filled with such wonderful love. When the Savior was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, he said, "Loving Father, if you will let this cup pass from me." I know he was thinking of the grief or the anguish death would bring to his own. How deep was his sorrow when Jesus was praying alone. You can catch the sad tone of his voice as he said, "Thy will, not my own, must be done as a lamb to the slaughter." Wow. Let me try that again. As a lamb to the slaughter, he soon must be led, and to die as the crucified one. Thank you. When the Savior was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, he said, "Loving Father, if you will let this cup pass from me." I know he was thinking of the anguish death would bring to his own. How deep was his sorrow when Jesus was praying alone. As he prayed there alone in such deep agony, it was a most beautiful prayer just to think his great heart was so broken for me that he my great sorrow must share. When the Savior was praying in the... Why am I always so high? When the Savior was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, he said, "Loving Father, if you will let this cup pass from me." I know he was thinking of the anguish death would bring to his own. How deep was his sorrow when Jesus was praying alone. I don't like the fact that I keep going up every verse. Hello, Donnie. I really should get me a pitch pipe again. I lost mine a while back, as in probably close on to 12, 15 years ago. In the Bible. Hello, CJ. Good to see you. Number 3, A Charge to Keep I Have. Charles Wesley wrote this one, and Lowell Mason composed it, added it to the tune, or someone did anyway, to Lowell Mason's tune, Boylston. It's a very good song. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never dying soul to save and fitted for the sky, to serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh, may it all my powers engage to do my Master's will. Arm me with jealous care, as in thy sight to live, and O thy servant, Lord, prepare a strict account to give. Help me to watch and pray, and on thyself rely. Assured if I my trust betray, I shall forever die.
Hi, Sheila.
I got my cup. So, we had an adventure today. thankfully, it wasn't more adventurous than it was of an adventure. But we went. I got a new vehicle to replace one that we gave up on. Had to give up. Oh boy, I don't remember now what year that was. I think 2015. In about 2015, we got a 04 Jetta. And for the last 2 years, it's been sitting in the garage, unable to go, because, well, something happened in the car wash, and the computer no longer allowed it to go. Well, Amos is doing his best to try to, occasionally, to try to fix that. And a good number of years ago, I had promised this car to Amos because of all the work he has been doing on it. This was back when he was a teenager. Well, younger teenager. Like a lot younger teenager. Kind of like when he was right on the cusp of being a teenager. And I said, when you get old enough, to drive, etc., well, I'll sign this over to you because you've been doing all the work to repair it and stuff like that. And so finally this year, that's exactly what I did. I signed it over to him. And I went looking for a new Jetta to replace it because I like my Jetta. It was diesel, got 40 plus miles to the gallon, and I wanted another one because, hey, I travel 15 miles to work one way. Want something that's going to get me good fuel economy. So we found one a couple weeks ago. And with my tax money, I was able to get it. Well, fast forward. Got to drive it for the first time. Got to take it with us on to services this morning for the first time. We've been doing some minor maintenance on it, what have you. Get it running. And thanks to my buddy James out in Washington, who spent a good portion of the day yesterday on the phone with us, we were able to track down an issue with it that was causing it not to start and got it started, fixed. It now works, now runs. So we're driving to Bible study this morning to worship, and we kind of noticed it's a little squirrely in the rear end. And we noticed that there's a wee bit of a noise in the rear end. Now, thinking back on it, of course, Amos told me this when we went to pick it, when we went to get it. He did mention that there was some sort of a noise in the rear end. But of course, it got lost and everything else. So we got to, I told Ezra, I said, it kind of almost feels, with us being squirrely like that, it almost, and the noise, it almost sounds like we've got a tire that's loose. After services, we ran over to Stewart, 6 miles away, to put air in the tires, because when we got out of the car, we noticed that the tires are looking a little low. Put air in the tire, but when we got to Stewart, we could hear that there was definitely a thunking going on. The air in the tire actually improved the squirreliness. It stopped being so squirrely. But by the time we got home, we recognized that it was not a case of a loose tire, but rather a bad bearing. Ezra looked in the rear mirror, you could turn the mirror down to look at that rear tire on his side. He said you could see the tire actually wobbling out. So I'm going to have to replace the entire rear hub assembly for that car before we use it again. It's like, man. Thankfully, they're not too expensive. but it's not something I really wanted to do right away. Thankfully, and I'm truly thankfully, it was the case that the tire didn't come off. That we didn't lose the entire hub assembly out of there. That was good. Number 4, Harriet Buell wrote, and John B. Summer composed the music to "A Child of the King." We sang this for the first time out of the Tabernacle Hymns, number 4. And so here we go. My Father is rich in houses and lands. He holdeth the wealth of the world in his hands. Of rubies and diamonds, of silver and gold, his coffers are full, he has riches untold. I'm a child of the King, a child of the King, with Jesus my Savior. I'm a child of the King. Too low. My Father's own Son, the Savior of man, once wandered on earth as the poorest of them, but now he is pleading our pardon on high, that we may be his when he comes by and by. I'm a child of the King, a child of the King, with Jesus my Savior. I'm a child of the King. Much better. I once was an outcast stranger on earth, a sinner by choice and an alien by birth. But I've been adopted, my names are written down, an heir to a mansion, a robe and a crown. I'm a child of the King, a child of the King, with Jesus my Savior. I'm a child of the King. A tent or a cottage, why should I care? They're building a palace for me over there. Though exiled from home, yet still I may sing, all glory to God. I'm a child of the King. I'm a child of the King, a child of the King, with Jesus my Savior. I'm a child of the King.
I have a question, if I may ask.
You may.
So I'm cooking ramen noodles, and last time I lost like half of my noodles because they were ingrained in the pan.
Ding-a-ling.
I don't have any olive oil or anything. What would loosen my pan?
So, are you trying to clean your pan?
No, I'm just trying to
Prevent it from happening again.
prevent it from sticking. Yeah.
Okay. First off, you don't need oil when you're cooking ramen noodles.
Oh, okay.
Ramen noodles are a pasta.
But,
Pasta you put in a nice, lovely pinch of, a good, healthy pinch of salt. Wait until typically you wait until the water is boiling before you put your package of ramen noodles in. Now, you can do like Alicia and break your ramen noodles up. Or you can do like I do and just simply put them in and let the water dissolve them, as in release them. But the one thing you want to do is stir them.
right. Is that why they stuck?
Stir them.
Is that why they stuck to the bottom of the pan last time?
You did not stir them.
Well,
You don't have to constantly stir them, but you do need to consistently stir them. So stir them, let them sit just a little bit, then stir them some more. But you only cook them for 3 minutes.
my problem was I was trying to dress it all up with hot sauce and cheese and then kind of break it up and stir.
Put your salt in, put your noodles in. Don't worry about any seasoning until after the noodles are cooked. If you absolutely want to season prior to cooking or prior to the end of the result, throw 1 bouillon cube in the water. Chicken or beef, doesn't matter. And let it, as you're bringing the water to a boil, let it dissolve.
Okay.
But other than that, no. All the sauce and all the seasonings happen at the end.
See.
So what normally I do, and preferentially, is I cook my noodles, and you'll see this overseas as well. They cook their noodles, put them out, put them into a bowl, add some water, add the seasonings. Hello, Sister T. So, but what I do is I actually don't use any water when I put my seasoning in, because I am that way. I don't make a ramen soup out of them. I just use seasoning directly to the noodles and make sure I stir it all in nice and well, because otherwise you get
Right.
powder, and that does not taste well. But it also uses less powder that way, because if I have 3 packages of ramen, I use 2 packages of powder.
Okay.
But make sure that your powder is not chunked. As in make sure it's loose, nice and powdery.
After everything's broken up and stirred, then you put everything in?
After everything is cooked.
Right. You gotta break the block, right?
Nope, I don't. I let the water break the block.
Oh,
Amazingly enough, as it cooks, it actually separates into nice, lovely long strings of noodles.
I didn't know that. I was putting a spatula in it and breaking the block.
You can do that if you so desire. But I like to let the water separate it, and I just simply stir.
I see.
And like I said, each one of those just kind of separates out into nice, lovely long noodles. Yes, I have a haircut. Every single one on the top of my head, and quite a few on the sides even.
Thank you.
But yes, absolutely. I love ramen noodles. No, I only trimmed the sideburns. Next time I get some ramen noodles, I'll definitely take you to the kitchen and show you, CJ.
Cool.
That way you can see how I do it. I'll give you a special call or whatever. I might even have some, so maybe later tonight. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, one thing that you can do, no matter what pasta you're making, if you want to add a little zest to your pasta, is when you go to boil your water, throw in some bouillon, whether chicken or beef, doesn't matter. Number one, you put in. Go ahead and put just a little pinch of salt if you're going to do it this way. But you add the bouillon in, put a little bit of salt in, and then put your noodles. Okay, boom. With your regular pastas, once the bouillon has dissolved, it'll actually help flavor the noodles just a little bit, so that your spaghetti, your macaroni, it isn't quite so bland. Finish your ramen neck. Hey, Blood. Do you mean draw me closer, or draw me nearer, or closer to? Let's see. There's a couple. There's draw me nearer. Let's see here. Draw me nearer, 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 blessed Lord. Let's see here. I got to remember which number that one is. Or there's closer to thee, near to thy breast. Are you sure, Sheila? So yeah, it's nearer. Oh man, I got too many nears. 36. That's not the one. 450. Okay, which one is that one? Draw me nearer, 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 blessed Lord, to the cross where thou hast died.
He is not making ramen noodles. I am.
Aw, that's right. He was asking, wanting me to make sure I finished giving you your advice.
Oh, I see.
Draw me nearer. What is that one, CJ? Draw me nearer, 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 blessed
I
Lord.
am thine, O Lord.
Thank you. I could only think of the chorus, and it just is not in here under the chorus. $261. All right. Well, I've got several then that might fit the bill, and we'll start with "Closer to Thee." Closer to Thee, near to Thy side, closer, dear Lord, I would abide. Hold me in Thy embrace, 'neath every smile of grace. Grant me, Thy child, a place closer to Thee, closer to Thee, near to Thy breast, closer, dear Lord. Lord, let me rest. Guide me when I would stray. Keep me from sin each day. Draw me, dear Lord, I pray, closer to Thee, closer to Thee. Happy and free, grant me, O Lord, ever to be. Hear me in every cry. Stand near when I must die. Then take me home on high, closer to Thee. Then we have Nearer, Still Nearer, number 436. Nearer, still nearer, close to Thy heart. Draw me, my Savior, so precious Thou art. Fold me, oh, fold me close to Thy breast. Shelter me safe in that haven of rest. Shelter me safe in that haven of rest. nearer, still nearer, nothing I bring, not as an offering to Jesus my King. Only my sinful, now contrite heart, grant me the cleansing thy blood doth impart. Grant me the cleansing thy blood doth impart. Nearer, still nearer, Lord, to be thine. Sin with its follies I gladly resign. All of its pleasures, pomp, and its pride, give me but Jesus, my Lord crucified. Give me but Jesus, my Lord crucified. Nearer, still nearer, while life shall last, till safe in glory my anchor is cast. Through endless ages, never to be nearer, my Savior, still nearer to thee. Nearer, my Savior, still nearer to thee. Then there's number 450, nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, e'en though it be a cross that raiseth me, still all my song shall be, nearer, my God, to thee, nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. Lord, like a wanderer, the sun gone down, darkness be over me, my rest a storm. Yet in my dreams I'd be nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. There like a wanderer, there let the way appear, steps unto heaven. All that thou sendest me, in mercy give. Angels to beckon me, nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. Or if on joyful wing, cleaving the sky, sun, moon, and stars forgot, upward I fly. Still all my song shall be, nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. And lastly, number 261. Hopefully Sister T is following along. I'm pretty sure I'm hearing her sing, because these are the numbers in her book. Number 261, I Am Thine, O Lord. Written by Fanny J. Crosby in 1875, composed by William H. Doane, also in 1875. Here we go. I am thine, O Lord, I have heard thy voice, and it told thy love to me. But I long to rise in the arms of faith, and be closer drawn to thee. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to the cross where thou hast died. Draw me nearer, 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 blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. Consecrate me now to thy service, Lord, by the power of grace divine. Let my soul look up with a steadfast hope, and my will be lost in thine. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to the cross where thou hast died. Draw me nearer, 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 blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. Oh, the pure delight of a single hour that before thy throne I spend, when I kneel in prayer and with thee, my God, I commune as friend with friend. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to the cross where thou hast died. Draw me nearer, 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 blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. There are depths of love that I cannot know till I cross the narrow sea. There are heights of joy that I may not reach till I rest in peace with thee. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to the cross where thou hast died. Draw me nearer, 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 blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. One of those may have tickled. I don't know if I hit the one that you were looking for, but those are the ones that kind of fit the bill. Got close anyway. I could sing one more that's entitled "Close to Thee," also written by Fannie J. Crosby. This one was a year later than the previous one, 1874. Silas J. Vale can put it to music, and it goes like this. And with this one, we will close out. Thou my everlasting portion, more than friend or life to me, all along my pilgrim journey, Savior, let me walk with thee. Close to thee, close to thee, close to thee, close to thee. All along my pilgrim journey, Savior, let me walk with thee. Not for ease or worldly pleasure, not for fame my prayer shall be. Gladly will I toil and suffer, only let me walk with thee. Close to thee, close to thee, close to thee, close to thee. Gladly will I toil and suffer, only let me walk with thee. Lead me through the vale of shadow, snows, bear me o'er life's fitful sea. Then the gate of life eternal may I enter, Lord, with thee. Close to thee, close to thee, close to thee, close to thee. Then the gate of life eternal may I enter, Lord, with thee. Hopefully, prayerfully, you have been edified through our time together in song and in chit-chat, finding out how to properly cook ramen noodles. As I have been edified through our time together, sharing this time with you, thank you again for being with me. That way, whether or not we wake tomorrow to serve God here on this earth, or we wake tomorrow to serve Him up there where we all long to be, one thing is assured: we will wake tomorrow. And you know where I'll have the honor, the privilege, the pleasure of being. For I'll see you then. God bless in your walk with Him. I love you all, and have a blessed evening.